The rodeo is coming back to the Scottsbluff County Fair under a plan brought forth to county commissioners this week. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the tradition of rodeo events at the Scottsbluff County Fair is on track to return later this year as the county board Monday night approved a request for incentive funding to sweeten the pot for a PRCA rough stock rodeo. Commissioners voted unanimously in favor of the County Tourism Board's decision to provide $20,000 in added money from the Tourism Promotions Fund to help attract top talent for about 2 hours of bareback, saddle bronc, and bull riding. Tourism Director Brenda Lacey told the board it is really exciting to have the opportunity for a big draw at the fairgrounds scheduled for Monday, August 1st.
Kind of really getting a lot of people into the community on a night maybe when the fair would be less attended. They're top-level professional cowboys. The stock would be provided by the Verizon Family, and it finally brings the rodeo tradition back to the Scottsbluff County Fair, which is what we're the most excited about.
Organizer Riley Haug says the goal is to attract the top 20 athletes in each of the 3 events, especially coming at the end of big rodeo events in Cheyenne, Deadwood, and Burwell, when many of them will be in the region.
If those top 20 each event showed up, we would have a combined total of 159 NFR qualifications and 27 world championships in those guys. And then on top of that, our bullfighter, we just got scheduled out, Cody Webster. He's fought the world finals 9 times, the PBR world finals 7 times. He's been freestyle world champion bullfighter.
Adding seating on the south side of the arena is another step, and with packed stands and a national audience through the Cowboy Channel this year, Haug says PRCA national sponsors would be more likely to support the event in future years to make it self-sustaining while raising money for the local FFA. Well, the Scottsbluff City Council has approved a request from the Old West Balloon Fest to help defray lodging costs associated with putting on the National Hot Air Ballooning Championship this August. Executive Director Colleen Johnson says inflation has hit the event hard, with rising costs for hotel rooms, propane costs, and more. In the past, the council has approved anywhere from $12,000 to $28,000, but this year Johnson came in asking for significantly more money.
So we're asking for $40,000 to help defray the cost of our $80,000 hotel bill. We are asking the city of Gearing LB 840 for money as well to help with the additional hotel costs.
There was some discussion about such a sharp increase, but it was noted that there is $100,000 in the city's community programming fund that has been allocated for events like this. Ultimately, the council voted unanimously to approve the $40,000 funding request. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
May is Beef Month, a time to celebrate the high-quality beef products that are raised by farmers and ranchers right here in Nebraska. With over 5 million cattle fed and marketed each year, Nebraska is the #1 cattle feeding state in the country. From steaks and roasts to ground beef and kebabs, Nebraska's beef producers take pride in raising safe, wholesome products that end up on dinner plates around the world. Join the beef community by celebrating Beef Month with your favorite beef meal tonight. Beef, it's what's for dinner in Nebraska.
Sponsored by Frank Parts, Marker Ag, and Runza Restaurants. Welcome back. It took hazmat crews approximately 7 hours yesterday to clean up a diesel spill following an overturned semi just east of Scottsbluff. Around 7:30 a.m. Tuesday, the tanker was exiting the off-ramp and attempting to turn east on Highway 26. The driver took the turn too fast and rolled and became stuck in the cab. First responders used the jaws of life to rescue him. The crews remained on scene until approximately 2 p.m. before the highway could be reopened. Well, a spokesperson for Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts says the Republican governor likely will not decide whether to call a special legislative session focused on abortion until the U.S. Supreme Court releases its official opinion on the issue. Ricketts has said Nebraska needs to be ready to outlaw abortion, and he strongly supported a bill this year that would have automatically done so if the High Court gives state that option. The bill ultimately failed, however, after opponents blocked it with a filibuster, and it's questionable whether a special session held this year at extra taxpayer expense would produce a different outcome. And the winner of a crowded Republican primary race for governor in Nebraska will be the overwhelming favorite to win in November. Nearly all of the state's GOP leaders have lined up behind businessman Jim Pillen. But no endorsement matters like former President Donald Trump's. He's backing longtime friend Charles Herbster and held a rally Sunday in support of the cattle breeder. A third candidate, State Senator Brett Lindstrom, also has a shot at winning the nomination, in part thanks to an endorsement from the mayor of Omaha. They are seeking to replace Republican Governor Pete Ricketts, who can't seek re-election because of term limits. Well, still to come, we will head over to the Panhandle Humane Society to meet their featured Pet of the Week. We'll have that and more right after this.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We're going to be dealing with partly to mostly cloudy skies to start the evening. We will clear out finally, though, as we move into late tonight into early tomorrow morning, and getting towards midday tomorrow should start to see a fair amount of sunshine. So skies are going to clear out starting tomorrow, and we're going to be warming up as well. Mostly looks nice this weekend. A decent Mother's Day, I think, is on the way for us as well, and we're going to see just slight chances of precip off and on more of a scattered variety than what we've seen the last couple of days. 51 yesterday, well below normal for a high, and we're going to be below normal again today for a high temperature. Normal high this time of year is 67 degrees. 2 additional hundredths in the rain gauge. I think we had another couple of hundredths even after midnight. So we're going to be up in that inch 15 range now for the month, and still about 0.6 of an inch short for the year, but we're gaining in on areas that we're getting closer to, getting back closer to normal, and hopefully we can continue this trend. It's chilly out here right now. Look at the 40s and 50s across the area. Well below normal for this time of year. Some colder readings right in this area, Kimball, through the area where the snow-covered areas were a little colder in those areas. Otherwise, we mostly have 40s and 50s out there, and winds that are out of the east northeast. Not too bad today. Lighter winds gusting at times up to 15 to 20. Those winds will come back, though. Don't worry. Tomorrow, when you get on the bus, I think we're going to see mostly cloudy skies with temperatures right around 40, and your way home, probably in the mid-60s tomorrow. So much nicer tomorrow, getting back closer to normal with partly cloudy skies in the area. A lot of clouds socked in there tonight. You'll notice the clouds decrease after dark, and as we get especially towards early morning tomorrow, we should see a little bit of some clouds, maybe even some low fog to start the morning tomorrow, but we'll turn mostly sunny as we go through the afternoon tomorrow. Overnight lows, thanks to those clouds, are going to stay up into the 30s. Shouldn't drop below freezing, at least very far if we do. Tomorrow, the clouds erode. Any low clouds and fog in the morning start to move out. And that system, as it pulls away, takes all the clouds with it. By tomorrow night, we are clear and quiet here across the region. Just a few high-level clouds coming overhead. And again, can't rule out some gusty breezes at times, but that's really about it. Highs tomorrow in the 60s, even close to 70 in a few areas. Again, colder areas where that snow still needs to melt in southern portions of the region. Not much coming in precip the next couple of days, and probably till we get into the weekend. So patchy fog late, 37 for a low. Tomorrow, any of that clouds and fog will lift, and we will turn partly cloudy as we go through the day. Pretty nice day tomorrow. Temps near 70. Not too bad in the wind department tomorrow either. And as we look at Friday, we're going to see windy conditions, but maybe near 80. So a nice warm up coming. Now, as we start Saturday, notice Saturday through Wednesday, we've kept precip chances at about 20% all the way through there. I think we'll see some scattered thunderstorms or showers each and every day possible across the region. There's no one day, maybe Mother's Day, of a slightly higher chance, but all in all, we see temps in the 70s, cooling back into the upper 60s as we get towards the middle of next week, with some breezy conditions at times as well. Otherwise, I think conditions are going to stay mostly dry, but we will have some scattered late day showers and storms probably each and every day.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
Welcome back. For this week's featured Pet of the Week, we meet Layla, a 1-year-old Akita mix that has been at the Panhandle Humane Society for far too long. Layla is a 1-year-old Akita mix who has experienced living with children of all ages. Being a family dog is what gives her joy, so you can imagine how hard it is for her to be in a shelter. She is always very sweet with the staff and loves to give kisses and affection. Her adoption cost is $150. That includes her spay, microchip, and vaccinations. Plus, whoever adopts Layla will also receive a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling her right away.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Welcome back. For this week's featured pet of the week, we meet Layla, a 1-year-old Akita mix that has been at the Panhandle Humane Society for far too long. Layla is a 1-year-old Akita mix who has experienced living with children of all ages. Being a family dog is what gives her joy, so you can imagine how hard it is for her to be in a shelter. She is always very sweet with the staff and loves to give kisses and affection. Her adoption cost is $150. That includes her spay, microchip, and vaccinations. Plus, whoever adopts Layla will also receive a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling her right away. The Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the family of a Morrill man and Lyman, Kiowa volunteer firefighter says they can't thank the community enough for the support they've received following the death of their son, 21-year-old Hunter Lemley. Hunter passed last month in a motor vehicle crash between Morrill and Mitchell, and his father, Miles, says the comfort from family, friends, and the community, plus all the firefighters and his employer, Dynas Irrigation, has been nothing short of amazing.
It's unfortunate for this to happen, an accident, but the community and everything really pulled together, and we was just overwhelmed with all the food that was brought and the cards and the stories that was shared and everything, and that means the world to us, and we just wanted to give a huge thank you out to those guys.
Hunter's memorial was this past weekend, and his procession Monday was joined by fire rigs from throughout the county. Miles says his son was the kindest of souls and would tell those he left behind not to waste a day, do what you love to do, and enjoy life. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.